Hi, welcome to this week's Table Talk. I am excited to have you with us today and to have my favorite people here with me. So I'll introduce everyone. I am Sandy. I am sister number 2. This is my sister Kathy, who you've met before, sister number 1. We have sister number 4, Carrie. Sister number 5, Holly. And my cute mom, Faye. And we have a sister with COVID.
They're over it now.
That can't be here. And we have a sister, that would be sister number 3.
Yes.
And sister number 6 worked all night as a nurse, and so she couldn't be here today. But we've got a group of us anyway, so we're excited to have you. I guess let's start with, how was your Christmas?
I had a really good Christmas.
Yeah.
Even despite family things. It
Yeah.
was fun to get together. We missed, of course, a couple sisters at the get together, but we still had a good time. It was fun to watch the second generation playing games. That was probably the funnest thing, was to watch them play the games.
It was
You
crazy.
weren't in on
They
it.
were
I'm
so
cool.
cute.
I know, Carrie
Yeah,
was the cool one. She was asked to play.
So
Yeah.
our whole big giant family, which is how many people are usually there? Like
80.
80 people.
It's not really that many, is it?
Yes.
Isn't it like 60?
No,
5?
the last,
Maybe that are usually there.
Oh.
But
there's
I don't
80 of
know.
them.
anyway, usually there's over 60 of us that get together Christmas night. But we had kind of an outbreak of COVID in our family. 2 different families. The moms had COVID, 2 sisters. A niece had COVID in a different family. And so we kind of didn't get the whole big group together for Christmas. But we did do a little get together with just the non-COVID sisters. And yeah, the kids, the second generation,
Yeah.
they were just like having the best time.
They didn't want to leave.
And,
No.
you know, I noticed
That's
that
fun.
this sister happened to be, I guess, the cool sister, because she got invited to play games with the kids. She was over with at the kiddie table playing games.
You just really do.
But
No, you're not the least cool.
cool.
Apparently,
Fashion-wise, yeah.
apparently to the kids, you are not the least cool.
Not fashion-wise anymore if you're shopping from Kathy's.
Yeah, yeah. We were
Closet all
talking
the
about
time.
where do you buy your clothes, and Holly's like, oh, or Holly asked, where do you get your jeans? And I go shop here, I shop here. Carrie's like, I shop from Kathy's closet. And anybody that can fit Kathy's hand-me-downs is in
Lucky.
good shape,
Yeah.
because she's got some good
Yeah.
hand-me-downs. So,
She does.
so yeah, Christmas was a little bit different. Sad that we didn't have all together, but it was fun.
And it was
It was
fun.
fun.
I was surprised for my family to have that much fun, considering it was smaller for us because we had
Yeah.
taken the kids on a trip for Christmas. So they only had 2 gifts from Santa or myself to open, and then one from their sibling that got them.
Yeah,
But they loved it. They thought it was like,
yeah.
they were so excited to get what they did get, which was really nice.
Sad for you because you didn't get to go. My mom usually in the morning goes to Sherry's house for sticky buns.
Did you make them yourself?
And
She
Yeah, I had to
made
make
them,
my
and so
own.
I got to have the sticky buns.
Yeah, those are a hit.
So-
And then Fifi made them.
And
Wow.
Fifi made them because she didn't get to go to Sherry's for
It was
sticky
hard
buns.
to find butterscotch pudding.
Was
let me
it?
tell
It
you.
was.
Yeah.
Sherry bought 'em.
A couple
Oh,
of
really?
It was hard.
A lot of stores were out of
Yeah.
it.
That's funny.
Yeah.
But it was a fun day. So we'd all been, well, Holly's family went on a cruise, but the rest of the sisters, we were all in Disneyland not long before.
Mhm.
So it was, I think, probably a more low-key Christmas for most in the family.
I would say no.
No,
This family does
Sherry's
not know
house.
how
we
to
don't
do
know how to
low-key.
do low-key Christmas. Yeah.
That's right.
That's true.
I'm the only one
We-
that managed to do low-key.
We were raised
I know.
we didn't have a lot growing up. Like, when you've got 11 kids, you don't have a lot.
Yeah.
But Christmas was all out. Like, my mom must have sewn and saved
all year.
all year because Christmas was the best.
Either that or she must have gone into some serious debt.
That is probably true. That's probably true.
I don't think she did. No. I think she worked really hard leading up to Christmas.
Yeah.
Big.
And this year I decided, instead of buying Kaylee and Donnie and the babies lots of stuff, I did for their little family, I gave them a season pass to not Lagoon,
No.
just what the 2-year-old needs, right? A season pass to the zoo and
Oh, that's
to the
cute.
living planet
Living planet.
aquarium.
That's
They really
cute.
like to go there. So I thought their family, their little
Yeah.
family, if they don't have a lot of money, they can still take the kids and go and make memories,
That's
which
cute.
to me will last longer than some
Oh, for
stuff.
sure.
Oh, for sure.
Some stuff. So, yeah. Anyway, so
Fifi,
That's
how was
what
yours
you need.
Christmas?
Very
Small.
small. We're getting new flooring in our house, so.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so we didn't really
We'll have
do
to talk
much,
about that
other
after.
than Lily, you know, of course.
yeah, Lily, I'm sure
But
she was.
But even hers was a lot smaller since we'd gone to Disneyland and that,
Yeah.
but she was fine, I mean, it was, you know.
They
it
don't
was
need
just-
anything.
They
That-
don't.
Yeah.
That's just it. They're like, I don't know
They're
what to
trying
ask
to,
you for.
they're having to
I
work
don't
to
need
come up with
anything.
Yeah.
something because
Yeah.
they've
Yeah.
got everything they
The
need.
best
yeah.
part was going, you know, over to see the grandkids.
Oh yeah, the little ones.
They went over
They're the
Oh, yeah.
best.
there
That's
to see
fun.
what they got and
Yeah.
open stuff, so that was fun.
And
Yeah.
Carrie. So Carrie lives in Las Vegas, but she comes here for Christmas every year, and she stays with Sherry, who had COVID, and all the rest of the family tested negative. So just so you know, but so Sherry was stuck up in her room quarantining, while Carrie and her kids and everybody else
Yeah.
was just down.
Took over the house.
So, how was your Christmas? Good.
Yeah.
Carrie doesn't talk a lot.
Well, we did, my kids disappeared to Natalie's for a few days, so we wrapped all of our presents. There was
Ahead.
nothing to do Christmas
Eve?
Eve. It was like, we're supposed to be watching a movie and staying up till 1 or 2, and
No,
No.
it was all done.
so it was different.
That's nice.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember I was always up wrapping presents till, because my husband would you cannot do anything till after she's been asleep for 2 hours. 'Cause she's gonna wake up But so I miss kind of those fun. But it's also nice not to have that stress.
Yes.
Were you wrapping? You weren't wrapping?
No,
late?
this was the first year I didn't
Yeah.
have to wrap. I had
Nice.
done it the day before,
Nice.
so that was nice too.
So one of our traditions in our family with the girls, with the sisters, has always been to do handmade gifts. And that was started because our mom would hand make gifts for us for Christmas. And Christmas night with the big group of 60 or whatever, how many of us there were, we'd all wait, the kids would open their gifts from grandma and grandpa and from the cousins exchange. But the big highlight of the night was always afterwards. It was like, okay, kids, now you can go play. Because what we're really here to see is what grandma made for Christmas this year.
Yep.
And we would just, all the girls couldn't wait to see what mom had made us for Christmas. And it was always the daughters, the daughter-in-laws, the married granddaughters, it just, anyway, it's just a lot of fun. So we thought we'd share a little bit about that. So, Carrie, you brought a couple things here
Well, yeah, they're not mine.
to share with us. So this one is,
Kathy
made this one year. She, when we started doing this, Kathy didn't quilt or sew but she does beautiful cross stitch, and she does a lot of cross stitch. So we've all had cross stitch from Kathy throughout the years and love it. And then Kathy started working at Pine Needles and got the bug to quilt. So the first year that after she'd been working here, she made us all these little Halloween
Minis.
minis.
Where
which
do
was
you put
fun.
these?
Just on a table, on your wall. Just call them wall warmers or little just accent pieces. I love minis.
Yeah.
I love little
They're
quilts.
so cute.
Carrie, this one. Tell us about this one.
Sherry, who was sick, so she didn't quite get around to it, she made she has 5 sitting at her house.
Yeah.
She was supposed to give to her ministering sisters, but that didn't happen. So
I'm just
Sandy
like,
says maybe they'll
I
be
said, well then,
sisters
if
gifts.
she's
I
got
don't
that
know.
many sitting around, sisters.
She's got her sister's
Good.
gift.
Yeah.
But that's not strictly Christmas. So
No,
she
that's what I
could
love about
continue
this.
And,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
give it to them later.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
could.
She
Yeah.
but
Carrie,
This is one that Mom had made for Sherry. Was her gift one year.
Isn't that Art to Heart?
um,
Yes, it is. It's from one of her Christmas or her
You would know.
her monthly books.
Okay, books.
And that was the
Yeah, Mom loves Art to Heart.
I
So,
do.
Let's
Nancy
see.
Halverson.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this year Mom made this for me. This little wool applique piece. And
Once
I-
she was introduced to wool, that's all really
Yeah.
she wants to do.
Yeah, she loves wool applique.
Not that we mind.
No. So this piece, what I think is fun, is that this is a store-bought pillow, right?
Uh-huh.
And then she just appliqued this to the front, and then you've got this lovely pillow.
Yeah.
So this can go on my couch for Christmas. So love that. That was my gift from Mom this year. Carrie,
That was mine from Mom.
that was what Mom made Carrie this year. Again, wool applique.
Yep.
Mom loves the wool applique.
She has what she can do next year, just another season.
She just needs another season.
That's right.
And this cute stand
Yep.
is
Yeah.
one of the Riley Blake stands. So you can just clip on and off for different seasons. So Carrie's already got her order in for next year for another season from Mom. Kathy,
This is what
Mom did a
she made me this
Halloween.
year, Halloween.
applique for her.
And cute little witches
Boot.
boot shoe
Yeah.
thing.
And we love Halloween.
There it is.
Holly has something Mom made that's special that she can share.
Yes, so I got embroidery this time, and I love that she made me a nativity. She hasn't made me a nativity before. And there's so many different ones out there, but look at this cute little red work one. I'd not seen it
Yeah.
before,
it's
so I love
so cute.
So cute.
It's
So
so
Mom
fun.
does lovely embroidery and she
Yes.
does wool applique. And then she made, Mom, show us what you made for
Okay, I made these for my granddaughters. Well, two of my
Two of your
granddaughters. These, a couple of years ago, I started making something for my granddaughters that were old enough to start thinking about wanting things for their homes when they marry. So I decided I'd start making them something. And this year I made these little itty bitty, out of the itty bitty book and gave them to them,
Yeah, show some.
one for each month.
So there's just
So
like
they
the
can be-
cutest little.
Wait, so do they all get like a whole set?
Yeah.
of it?
She did
Yeah.
the whole
They
set
did the whole
for 'em.
set.
This is so
One
cute.
for each month. So that's
Very cute.
one of the things that I did for them this year.
Yeah,
So
they loved
cute.
it. So we've talked about Mom needing to scale back because she just wears herself thin.
But she hasn't figured, we've been saying that for years.
Really? So this
Oh yeah,
year
and a
was-
few years ago,
Yes,
was
it is
scaled
scaled
back
back.
from
It's
what
scaled
it
back,
had
but-
been.
Yes.
a few years ago, all of the sisters and the sister-in-laws, was it?
Sisters.
No, just
Sisters.
sisters.
All the sisters got this project.
Mhm.
So Mom made this big
Loved
project,
it.
framed it, and we all got that. So that was fun. So she just does a myriad of things. But when we were talking about scaling back, the granddaughters were like, wait, because we want stuff that's handmade by Grandma. And so
Yeah,
We
last
thought
night
she'd
we
scale
were
back
looking at
that.
stuff at Sherry's and we're like, oh, here you go, Mom. And she was like, well, I'll give this to Camry and Lily. I'm like, excuse me, Savannah. Let's get an order in now.
there we go.
She's got years to
Yeah.
go.
So yeah, there's
So there's another one. to
never a
start.
shortage of projects to be done. Mom, what are you gonna do different this year for your projects?
Well, I'm going to start a little earlier. Most of the time I do start in January, but this year I waited until, I don't know, probably May. And it got a little hectic there at the end. And so this year I'm going to start earlier and I'm going to write down what I made for that person. I'm going to pick a project for Sandy, and I'm gonna do that one, and I'm gonna keep a list so I know what
What
it
you
was
have
that I made in January. By December, I'd
You had in
forgotten
mind,
who I
yeah.
had in mind for that project.
Because
So-
by December,
I've
and when
forgotten.
you've got this pile of handmade things, and you're trying to figure out, okay, how many did I make and who did I make it for? Yeah,
Yeah,
it can
it
cause
got
a
a
little bit
little-
of stress.
Yeah.
So a little bit more organization this year, but
Yes.
we were raised by a very talented mom and instilled that love of handmade items.
Have
so.
we started making it
Yes.
for our kids yet?
Well, I did stockings
Well, you
for
did
Kaylee.
stockings, that's
And
true.
so, and I had to, and the last table talk or the one before, I was like, okay, I have a week to go and I still have a stocking to make for a wool, and it's wool applique, but I did get it done.
Yeah.
I made it
Yeah.
the night, so Christmas Eve, I finished it up, I started it the day before. I was
That's
like
about right.
cramming to get that done. It
Last
was
minute.
like, yeah, last minute Lucy, that's me. So, but I
I
got it
did
done.
doll clothes, but
Yeah.
now my girls don't.
No, they don't want dolls.
Savannah would still probably like it
Yeah.
if I made her some more. She won't get rid of them.
Yeah. She's like you
She's
then.
like you, then she
Yeah.
keeps things forever.
Keeps things forever.
KK's like done. See ya.
That's like Natalie. So KK's
Yeah,
like Natalie.
Natalie, she just
My
get
sister
rid of
Natalie, it's not like this sentimental tug at her to get rid of something. Where the rest of us, it's like,
No, I don't. I get rid of things too.
yeah,
It drives my daughter crazy.
Yeah,
I got Mom to get rid of some stuff.
you did. So
Sewing
we
room.
went, after Christmas, Carrie came over and went through Mom's sewing room, which did need going through. And it feels so good to end the season and to start again with a fresh new space. So today they're going
With the DI.
to the DI with
So
Kyle.
should you want anything, hit up the DI.
Hit up the DI
There's all kinds of things.
Hurry.
Which DI?
Yeah, I, before Christmas, sent a pickup truck full of Christmas decor and Valentine and Easter and all that from my storage unit that, you know, you go from,
Fine.
you go from 5,000 square feet to, I don't know how many square feet I have now.
8,000.
I
Um,
don't know about that.
you can't
800.
decorate as much as you used to, so I had to get rid of some stuff, but, so what are we doing, Kathy, this year
Well,
in the
we're,
store?
in the store, we're starting this from Little House Mealworks, Fall on the Farm. It's a
Yeah, 9
month
month.
program. This is the first pattern, and I've started it, but I haven't gotten too far on it yet, but
Christmas is over, you'll get stitching
Yeah.
again.
that's what we're
So
doing,
that's a new
so
cross stitch by Little House Needleworks, and that'll be monthly.
That's monthly.
Yeah. And then we showed before the Nutcracker Village. So Pat is stitching this for us over the year. Now she stitched the single of the first month. Then she has stitched it again on the full piece of fabric because it will be
Is
surrounded
it so?
Cute.
by other village pieces from the Nutcracker.
That's cute.
So this was month one. And this fabric, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but that is glittery fabric.
Just a little bit of shimmer.
Yeah, it's 32 count raw linen and it has silver thread running through it. So kind of fun.
Are they all getting that fabric or they can choose?
They can choose. I mean, we have this fabric available on the website and it comes in a 20-inch by 26-inch piece, which is, you need a 20 by 20 piece, I think, for the 20 by 21 to do the project. So we do have it. We have it because I ordered a whole bolt of it by mistake. I thought I had ordered a whole bolt of raw linen, and when it came, it was raw linen with silver thread running through it, and I was like, ew. What am I gonna do with that? And it's been sitting upstairs. Well, that raw linen is sold out
You can't.
everywhere. You can't get it from the suppliers right now. And I'm like, no.
You caught the
I happen to
time.
have a fold of that upstairs, so we had that ready to go once they released that, so that was awesome. But Kathy does a lot of cross stitch. We'll be introducing new cross stitch. This year, I'm gonna get some of your cross stitch finished. For Easter last year, she stitched this for the store. And yeah, I'll have that on display this year for Easter. But yep, that was Harietta Company is the name of the pattern. And I'm gonna get that done. But so one thing I wanted to talk about, all of my sisters have sewn quilts. Natalie isn't like that into quilting. She sewed the sisters blocks that we did, but Carrie is our scrap sister. She says she's a hoarder. She's really not a hoarder. I've seen her
She's
home.
not.
She's not a hoarder,
She's
but
not.
she does like little pieces of fabric. So this quilt behind me is one she made for this one's Yours, Mom?
Yes.
This one is she made for Mom out of scraps that she had.
It's not. I went,
You what?
well, when did I come to your house? And I went through her
Thanks-
stuff and I took
Thanksgiving,
No, I wasn't.
No,
here.
you weren't here.
Halloweenish.
Halloween items.
You
She-
took
I
that
took her pre-cuts. She had a bunch of 5-inch
stackers and
little
stuff.
charms.
Yeah,
And so
that's what you
I
used.
stole them all and I'm like, oh, I can put those in a quilt.
There you go.
And Sherry's girls are like, what? That doesn't go together. And I'm like, just you wait.
That's right. Not matchy matchy. That's what I
This is all
like.
just,
This is scraps.
So this
one's
is scraps.
Yep.
And Carrie made this one, and this one she gave to Dad
Oh,
for
cute.
Christmas.
I
So
didn't know
they've got a
that.
lap
Yeah.
quilt each of them for
Cute.
Christmas.
yeah. she uses
So Carrie, what's up with the scrap quilts?
it. I just like them.
I do
So you just have a bunch of pieces and I browse online and see what people have. The lady had made these. She said, oh, they're just cut 2 by 3.5 and I just cut them when I feel like it and then sew them together. And I'm like, so, because you can just do a little bit at a
Yeah.
day. Oh, here, I'll just hurry and put some together. And then it sits in a drawer until you have a whole bunch of them.
So
Well, since you got. since
because you
just
didn't
got-
have enough scraps at home,
Yeah.
because you do use your scraps, tell us what
But
happened
they're
this year.
scraps. Mine are scraps. Mine are little pieces. And then I'm like, yeah, people, don't throw away your scraps, send them to me. And Holly's like, well, I have scraps, but her scraps are like half yard and under. That's a scrap to Holly. So
So I did have some, the bins I went through initially, they were a fat quarter or less
Right.
in the drawers. And I gave her about half of those. I think, oh, she probably won't need anything more. And then they were talking and I said, well, you know what? I have so much fabric in there. I'm never going to get to it. Some of it I bought 5 years ago. Some of it were kits that I bought from Pine Needles 10 years ago, 12 years ago that I never used. Of course, they didn't touch those really old ones. They didn't want them either. But I said, you know, if it's there, you can have it. So just take it. And boy, did they. They left with 5 garbage sacks full of fabric. And so now my job is to fill the shelves again.
That's right. Just to fill the shelves again.
Yep.
That's right. Well, Holly, many of you may know, used to manage Pine Needles for how many years?
16.
16 years. I was thinking 14, but 16 years. And now she is design director at Riley Blake Designs. So she's still in the quilting world,
Still in it.
just a different end of it.
That's right.
So we are going to be participating in something this year that the first part of the year, first quarter, that Riley Blake is doing. Tell us about that, Holly.
So it's the block challenge. We did it last year for the first year and we're doing it again. It was so popular. We have, is it 16? So we have 14 different designers that are have already designed a block. And then Cindy, the owner of Riley Blake, has also designed a block. And at the end, it'll be in a quilt. We're not showing the quilt. It's a mystery.
It's a mystery.
But it's really, really cute.
I
You're gonna
love this
it.
year's color palette.
The palette's fun. Huh?
Yeah, it's a good color palette.
Yeah.
It's blues and taupe, kind of.
Yeah, very, very
it's-
neutral.
Yeah, very neutral. It's pretty. So we will have on our website, you can go and under our block of the month, even though it's not going all year, we will be offering at the first of each month, you can sign up and you'll get the fabric kit that you would need to make all the blocks for that month. So, and then each week, Riley Blake Designs on their website and their blog, you can go down and download the pattern, the free patterns. So you can do it scrappy. You could do like Carrie does with scrappy and just make it out of fabrics you have, or you can sign up to get the
Out of solids.
out
We
of
didn't
solids.
say
Yeah,
that.
there's
It's
a palette of solids. So I love solid quilts.
Yeah.
So that's fun. And Riley Blake has a new book coming out. When does that book come out?
The end of January.
End of January. A great new book.
A year
that
in solids.
is a year in solids. It's
Mhm.
quilts. It's a great book. I've seen.
One quilt for every month.
Yeah.
Of the year.
So that'll be fun to participate in. So
I have a question
yes.
for Carrie and Mom. So since you make so many quilts with scraps, do you have to write the pattern your own? Sometimes.
No.
No.
Well, I like ones where I can just look at a picture and see, oh, that's how that's going to be. Like that was, I could look and see, oh yeah, those are half square triangles and those are like quarter square like triangles. I
Oh,
like
yeah.
things that I can just look at it and see, oh, I could make that with just whatever. I
Okay.
do have patterns, but not.
But she
I did.
usually
I
just-
bought a couple scrappy patterns.
Did you?
I haven't made them yet. One's foundation paper piece, so I haven't started that yet, because that's new to me.
Yeah, but so you like just to be able to
That'll be hard for you, just so you know,
to do a pattern?
to do foundation paper piece, because there's a lot of waste.
Yes.
No, not for this little tiny scrappy one. It's not. That's why. I love it, because it's just little scraps. It's a confetti quilt, and it's so cute.
Oh boy. You'll have to show
Can't
me.
wait to see it.
Well, someday.
Yeah,
Someday.
and Carrie's quilts are always happy.
Happy.
Yeah.
I love
They're always happy colors, right? I mean, just, this is just what Carrie's quilts are always,
I like
make you feel good. Yeah.
She likes color.
Yeah, she does like color.
Kathy likes black and white and gray.
Gray.
We just
So
had-
you like that
Well, to
Moda collection we
wear.
got?
Yeah, the new Moda collection that just came in. I'm like, there's a collection for Kathy. Black and gray and whites and neutrals and yeah,
Yep.
that's your
Oh,
thing.
yeah, that's my thing.
That's all right.
Another question for Mom. So since you make so many little like gifts for all the kids and grandkids, do you reuse your pattern? Do you like those quilt or the wolf fell pattern? Do you?
Yes, I reuse them. In fact, this year I made for the great grandkids, I made teddy bears, and I made
How many did you make?
12 teddy bears.
12 of these dark, I should have brought Leo's.
And
Cutest little teddy bears.
She will never reuse that pattern again.
no, because by the
12.
time I was
Too tired.
cutting out 12, the pattern was a little ragged.
Yeah.
But I just, if I'm going to make the same things over and over, I just use the same pattern. And,
And sometimes someone will get something for Christmas and we'll be like, ooh, I want one of those.
yeah.
And then
Um,
sometimes she'll say, no, I'm not making that
Yeah.
again.
Yeah, that's right.
She does
Depends
grow
on how
tired
many-
of it.
Yeah, you like to do something new.
Yeah,
So-
something different.
And
We
we'll-
usually don't get
Yeah.
the same thing, all of us.
Right.
don't get the same.
Yeah, that year that we got that was unusual because she doesn't usually make the same
Same.
thing.
Well,
for
and
everybody.
Kathy had gotten it the
everybody.
year before, and we
Right.
were all like, well, I
Well,
want it.
Yeah, that was what happened. Kathy got one,
Yeah.
Yes.
and then we all wanted one.
Wanted it.
So then Mom treated us the next year. So, but yeah, who wants to make 12 of the same thing?
Yeah, it
little
gets
monotonous.
tiring by the time you
we
get through.
used to do it as
I know.
sisters.
Yeah, as
Well,
sisters.
yeah,
Yeah.
sisters
This is the
always-
first year we haven't done our sisters gift exchange.
Mhm.
So
It was a
we kept
strange
saying, "What are
year.
we doing? What are we doing?" And no one was like, "I don't
We
know."
just-
No,
I
it's
have
good.
plenty of scraps.
Carrie will bring the garbage bag full of scraps, and we'll have a challenge.
One last question from
Yes.
me. What are you all going to try out in the new year? Project wise, life wise, whatever.
Life or project wise? Let's see, Carrie. Let's start with you.
Well, I'm gonna do that foundation.
Foundation paper piecing, which you've not done before.
No, I have not. Although I did see this stinking cute postage stamp quilt.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but they were 1.5 inch, finished at 1 inch squares. And I did that stupid thing for you that had those size squares. I'm like, nope. No, I'm not making anything like that time.
That's right. She did one of the simple whatnots quilts, and it
Not
was
simple whatnots. They're stupid.
it was called simple whatnots.
Simple design doesn't mean it means simple to sew.
Because when you get smaller, you think, oh, it's just a mini quilt.
No.
Smaller doesn't mean easier.
No.
Yeah.
Smaller can be much
Less
more
room for
challenging.
error.
Yeah, less room for error.
See here? Nobody knows if you screwed it up.
Love it. Kathy, what are you gonna try new in this year? New year. Well, I know something new she's doing this weekend. New for her, first time in your lifetime.
Yes, I'm going to the Rose Bowl.
The Rose Bowl. Go
Go
Utah!
Utes!
We're all big Ute fans. Kathy's got her Utah shirt on for the day. What else in life or in?
Let's see. Well, maybe I will try to cut out my own.
Cut out her own quilt. Being enabled by
Maybe one. One.
You've cut your own quilt before.
That's a good goal. Why don't you
No,
start?
but it takes me forever. I am so slow.
And it works for her.
Yeah, if people
And
are willing
so-
to do it for you.
But
Holly, you gonna try something new?
I actually started at the beginning of last year, I started it was a block a day, so 365 blocks.
Wow.
And they finished 3 inches. They're all foundation paper pieced, and I love them. But out of the 365, I probably have 35 done.
I like it.
So
You'll continue on
I'll
that.
continue on
She's
that.
gonna
I like
double
it.
that.
She's gonna double that. She'll have
That's
70
right.
done by the end of the
That's
year.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I love that idea.
cool.
I don't know. Yeah, every day.
Yeah, it's a lot because
Life gets in the way.
some days the blocks are pretty easy. You could finish it in less than an hour, and then sometimes it's
Yeah,
3 hours to do 1 block.
1 3-inch block. Yeah,
Yeah, but
Like,
they're cute.
they're cute.
They're
Yeah.
really cute.
And is that from a book or
No, it was
online?
Online.
Online. That's
They
fun.
offered it.
Mom, you gonna try something new this year?
Well, like I said, I'm gonna try to be more organized in my in my sewing and keeping track of what I've sewn.
Yeah, that's good. New for me.
You're gonna frame all those things.
I'm gonna frame those. I'm not gonna commit to framing all. I am gonna frame those. I'm just trying to be more organized, which is always my goal in January. Is I'm going to plan out the year for the store. I'm gonna get all those events planned, all the things planned. So that is my goal in January, is to get the calendar out, get it all planned out, so that we know what's coming up month to month. And I think I'm on a good start for it. Like, I've already got my March designed for the new Cross It to the Month, which sometimes that's a big accomplishment for me to be a month ahead.
The night before.
Because sometimes I'm working on it and I'm supposed to release it in 3 days. So
Yeah.
that's a big accomplishment for me. But that's always my thing, is to be more proactive. And, I'll just work on it all my life. And maybe when I die,
I
I'll
mean,
get some additional help.
Start your obituary now.
That's right.
Start your
So, but I just living life, it gets in the way sometimes of our goals, but that's okay. If we're better
Just keep
tomorrow
trying.
than we were the day before, even if it's just a tiny bit, that's all we can ask for. So, I am so glad that I was able to share this time with Table Talk with you, with my favorite people here in the whole world. People ask, do you have very many friends? I don't have a lot of friends. I do have some very sweet friends, but my friends are my sisters. They are my best friends, and couldn't get through life without them, right? So, thank you for joining us for Table Talk, and we'll see you next week.